We out here staying connected. Coming to see Sister Michelle. What's up, darling?
Hey, if I could get out the door.
Yeah, I can see you were struggling, huh? Y'all always got it so nice out here. Come on over here and grab a seat.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's always
How you doing?
I'm doing all right, baby. How you doing? You look good.
Thank you. I'm doing great.
Let me set this tripod up. I don't know why I don't have this stuff set up like this, but people probably thinking I'll be shaking with my phone. Maybe he nervous, or he old, or either she got him nervous. Which one is it? Let me see. Let me get you.
Very minds with like.
Quiet minds want to know a lot of stuff about you, Michelle. You got a lot of. What's been happening? What you been doing all day?
Well, I just woke up from a nap. That's not too exciting.
Why not? You rested?
Yeah. Oh, I be getting my rest. That's the one thing I definitely do is get my rest.
What else you been doing with your time?
Getting my grandkids ready to go back to school, helping my daughter. Just shooting my regular.
They got school coming this week?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that shit came fast, huh?
Make sure your thing doesn't get wet.
What's that?
Look. See how it's got like, it's broke a little bit right there?
Yeah, it ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
It ain't going. I'm just trying to set this up the right way where I got you looking like something. Like the way the camera. There we go. You good. You good to go. What's up, Michelle? I got a handful of... Nah, I really don't. I really don't. I know I told you about the messages I've been getting. You know, I think I got the same concern as anybody else who may be interested in reaching out to you or just curious about your journey. If you was to fall into some sense of relationship or open up a door for somebody, you know, how would that affect the comfortability of them knowing that you was an ex-addict versus being clean for how many years now?
Since 2005.
Since 2005. And that's what they pretty much want to know, you know, what they would deal with. But so just getting into that, we're going to answer that by just telling me something that you've been through.
Well, really 2003, but go ahead.
Just tell me a time in your life, man, when you was in a relationship, still balancing, having a good life, man, because you had a good life and had nice things. Tell me how that played out, still living in addiction, sneaking, moving around, and somebody that didn't know you was getting high. I mean, just like if somebody new come in your life.
I started dating this guy, and I mean, he was totally together. He was, he owned a detailed car shop. He was doing well for himself.
Okay.
And I just actually met him walking down the street one day.
Oh, you pulled down on him or he pulled down on you?
No, he pulled down on me. And, I mean, this guy was, I mean, I know I was fine back in the day. I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
But he was an A+. He also had a good, loving, caring personality. He had a couple of kids. Make a long story short, I, at this particular time, was in and out. Like I would be...
Of your addiction.
Of my addiction. Like I wouldn't mess around for a month, then I would mess around for a day or two, you know. And I remember him just showering me with gifts, and just he had a good business, so he was financially able to do a lot of things for me.
He was trying to make his lady happy.
Yeah, he was trying to make me happy. And I'll never forget, what I used to do is when I decided that I wanted to get high, I had a friend, and she lived in the projects. Well, I lived off of Harvard, which was far from the 55th project.
Right.
So
Cleveland, Harvard, for the viewers that don't know.
Right.
Cleveland,
so, yeah, so what I would do is I would go to her house, already have a bag with me of change of clothes because
So wait a minute. You used to take the clothes with you when you knew you was getting high? Really?
Yeah, because I knew
that didn't look suspicious leaving out the house.
He didn't live with me.
Okay. Right.
He didn't live with me, so he had got me a car. I'm talking about this dude had did a lot of stuff for me, and I'll never forget going over to my friend's house. And like I said, I used to take a change of clothes with me because, you know, when you getting high, you get real dirty. Your fingernails your fingers are black from pushing choy and just, you know, sweating. I sweated a lot with getting high. So when I went back home, I wanted to be nice and fresh, you know what I'm saying? So he wouldn't know anything. And this one particular time, I had been doing this, and I had been doing this for a few months because
getting it off.
Yeah, getting it off.
Right.
Because, you know, by him not living with me and me taking and changing clothes, and then I would wait till I calmed down, my heart rate, the shakes. I would wait till all of that is
the
gone.
Mouth movement and all that stuff.
Yeah, I would wait till all of that's gone, and then I would go home, and then he would come over then. So what it basically had happened one day, I went over to my friend's Dale's house, and we was getting high, and it was one of them times where she had friends coming over, and it was just a big party. Mm-hmm. And he had been calling my phone.
You weren't taking the call, huh?
First I wasn't taking the calls, and then I started lying. Then he was asking me where I was at. I was saying I'm on my way. Make a long story short, he rushed me to the point where I didn't get a chance to, I mean, I was physically had gotten myself together.
Right.
But I was like, when he kept blowing up my phone, I ended up just abruptly leaving out of her house. And when I got to my house, I remember still having some dope on me and still having my stem on me. And I took a hit.
Right before you got there?
No, right when I got there.
When you got there?
Yeah, because I figured I had like 15, 20 minutes to calm down. You know how them drugs...
And the fact that you had it with you, you knew you was going to test it anyway, even if he came and you got yourself cleaned up.
Well, I was going to wait till the next day when he was at work.
Could you have done that with it in your pocket?
Yeah.
Okay.
Easily. So, but by him kept calling me like that, I ended up abruptly leaving, and I wasn't done. So when I got home, I wasn't ready to stop. Mm-hmm. And I ended up taking the hit, and once I took the hit, this nigga was at my door. Ugh. And when he got to my door, I said, you know what, I need to tell you something. This is the humdinger of it. He's so dope.
And this is the first time he's hearing this from you.
Yeah, and I said...
Even having a sign.
I said, I got something to tell you. And he was like, I said, just sit down, let me just explain something to you. And then I was like, you know I get high. He said, yeah, I know you get high, because he used to give me weed all the time.
He didn't know what you was talking about.
Yeah, I said, no, I don't mean just weed. And I did like this. And he just, his whole... It was like all his body, all his language, everything. It was just like so disappointing because I guess his kid's mom ended up was getting high and all like that.
Yeah, so he experienced it.
Yes, he had experienced that. And it was just a big disappointment. And then I think that he still wanted to be with me because he was like, well, are you able to control it? How often do you get high?
How long was y'all dating? Because he seen you was controlling it.
Yeah, we were dating about 6 months.
Yeah.
But he didn't have any idea because you know, if somebody don't live with you, you might see them on a Monday.
Yeah,
Then you
well,
might
you
not
got
see
time to
'em
clean
until-
things up too.
Yeah.
And valid.
Yeah, and so I told him, I said, I only get high every now and then, and he went for it, but then I remember this is where everything just fell totally apart. He was like, well, long as it's not stopping you from doing, you know, the things you need to do, and long as it don't become a problem, then he was willing to deal with it. And I remember before he got ready to go to work, I said, could you leave me some of that?
And that killed it.
He said, so now he knows. I said, could you leave me some of that? He had left me about 5 or 6 rocks. I go over to my friend's house. We smoked the dope up. I call him from over there and tell him I need to come up to his job and pick up something.
Oh.
And me and her went up there together. And I wasn't looking at my normal self. He was disappointed.
Wasn't even
because
acting
of the,
yourself.
Yeah, because of the company. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Everything just sort of told on itself. And then that next day he came over to my house and he said, listen, he said, I just can't do it. I said, what do you mean you can't? He said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And he put his foot down and he never said nothing else to me. I was calling his phone, going over to his mom's house. He said he just couldn't deal with it.
But you understood that. Yeah. Because, see, you know, well, you already know. For one, let's rewind that back. That 15-minute grace period that you had to get yourself together, that you decided to take that hit. Had you not have taken it, he would have found out another way, and it could have been worse. Do you think that when you took that hit, that paranoia made you be honest?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's what did it?
That's exactly
you doing
what
that
happened.
opened that door.
Yeah,
all
that's
the way
it.
up.
That's exactly what happened because I remember during this time I had told him or whatever, and during this time he said, "Listen, a guy gonna come by here and pick this up," and he had gave me some, but I took it out. I took some out of the bag. The guy came. I gave it to him. That was that. But I mean, what I'm saying is, it was just. That's one of the relationships that to this day I truly regret, and that the drug basically took the relationship away from me.
It did. And it brought the honest to him too.
Yes.
It did. The paranoia brought the honesty, because just think about how long it would have went on.
It would have went on for a while.
You would have been. Here's the funny part about it now, because we can laugh about it. Had you not have been honest with him, them phone calls of my girl wants something, my dude, I got somebody come from out of town. Can you leave this? Or here, I'll run it for you. All those tricks would have started coming out, and you would have been pinching out every.
They did start coming out for just a short period.
It just didn't last long.
It just didn't last long.
Because you was honest with him.
It didn't last long at all, because once I got honest with him, I felt like I could tell him.
His ears was up.
Yeah, I felt like I could tell him, the day I'm gonna get high, so just leave me some stuff. I'm gonna go over to my friend's house. And it seemed like he was willing to go for it, but when I got over there and started tweaking and acting all weird and shit, then I start calling him, telling him that somebody want to get some, we gonna come. So I just, but this is one of those.
You start coming off to him as the average
drug addict.
fiend.
As the average drug addict.
Customer.
What he had already dealt with his kid's mom.
Yep.
And he just refused to deal with it with anybody else. And to this day, that was a relationship that I hate that I hadn't met him when I had gotten clean, because we would have done so well together.
Yeah.
But to this day, I respected the fact that he he just basically came out and told me, like, you know,
He didn't drag you along. He just told you.
Yeah, and the sad part about it was the day that he told me that, I was asking him for some.
The same day.
The same day, I was asking him for some. And he was like, no, why don't you wait another day? I said, no, because he said he was going to be gone somewhere and I would have a whole day to do what I want to do. I said, no, I just want to do it today. So me and him is literally arguing about this, and I never forget him taking it and just throwing it at me. So I'm done. That was not only a heartbreak, it made me feel this damn big.
I bet. Because that's what he was talking about when he asked you early on. As long as you can handle it and it don't mess up nothing you got going on.
Right.
And that right there showed him.
Yeah.
That day.
Yeah.
I ain't really got control of this. I want it now.
Right.
I know I got free time tomorrow, but I want it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it was just, you know, the whole thing, what you do in the dark is going to come to light. Yeah. It's just as simple as that. It might come to the light when you're in the midst of doing what you're doing. It might come into the light where you run into somebody that's going to go back and say what you done did. It might come in the light so many different ways. But eventually, a person is going to figure it out. And not only is it hurtful, you know, it's just sad.
Tell me how. Tell me, and I'm gonna let you be brief with this one. Tell me about a relationship after you got clean that you got into, and you decide just be honest with the person about your past and how that damaged you.
Well,
you know what I mean. Somebody, you know, I'm clean. I ain't doing anything. I'm finally involved. Let this guy know what I've been through before somebody else does. Or he sees me somewhere, or somebody else sees
I was in a relationship for about, I want to say, a good 12 years.
After sobriety, right?
Right, while I'm clean. And this person never knew anything about my history.
You never told him?
I never shared it.
Why?
I never shared it. Because I felt like if I would have shared that piece of information, that he would have looked at me in a totally different way. I could honestly say it was my ex-husband. Okay. And he's African from Ghana. Okay. And you know how foreigners, they already look down on a lot of black people as it is. Mm-hmm. But when you got a drug problem, they have no compassion.
Well, a lot of people feel like that once you got a drug problem, it's always yours. You'll never get it.
Yeah.
They don't believe that what we're doing right now can happen. Mm-hmm. You know, but a lot of the viewers do, because you know why? A lot of people got their own things they got to unpack too. Mm-hmm. But they also know how to veil it too. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I wanted to know that getting into a relationship after sobriety, how does that honesty play a role in the journey in love? Because, I mean, I was involved with someone after my addiction, and I was honest with the person, and she pulled away. She pulled away, but she came back. You know, she was the first person that said, let's go through a program together so I can know you went through it, even though you've been years clean. Mm-hmm. And that could be tormenting to a soul after addiction, because we want it. We want love. We want life back, right? Mm-hmm. You want life back. You're looking for love now. And these are the questions that guys are going to have. Even though they're following your journey and hearing these stories, but these are the things that keep guys' ears up. Mm-hmm. You know, even though you have the sobriety. But how did that affect you dealing with someone clean that didn't tell you versus telling somebody versus not? How you feel about that now?
Okay, now I feel as if I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, I pretty much want them to know the good, the bad, the ugly, the past, because anybody could stick with you when the going is good and you got yourself together. But what about if how I want to put it,
How about this? How about when these thoughts come up? How about when these triggers cross your plate? Things of that nature.
Right. Well, the thing
you don't have that person to talk to if it's a secret.
Right. But in the beginning of my sobriety, I would have, it's normal to have triggers, to have urges, but I've been clean for so long now till, I know that I have a demon inside me, and I definitely can't wake him up in no fashion or form. And why would I want to? Why would I want to ruin everything that took me years and years to get myself together? Why would I want to ruin it for that? That's stupid.
You know what would happen if you did?
I don't even want to think about what happened, because that's not a possibility.
We don't have to do it. It's in small, simple words. It'll kill us.
Mm-hmm.
It'll kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Your body's been at an even, relaxed kill for too long.
Yeah.
To put something in your body that you know is going to shock it, it builds your heart rate, your nervous system, your keen system, and your awareness system is totally paranoia.
Oh, I already know that
it'll drive you crazy.
Yeah. Not only that, I think my heart would bust, because I remember being in my bathroom by myself getting high, and my heart was like doo 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 doo. I just looked up, and it didn't go all bad for me. I'm older now, and this is the thing. When you get away from something, and like you said, it would kill us, because when you've been away from something so long, so many years, when you go back to it, your body is going to have a shock.
It's going to have a shock.
It's going to go in
react
shock.
The same.
Yeah.
It ain't going to react the same. It's no different than fun and everything else now. You try to run, you ain't going to run as fast.
And then I found out through getting clean, then getting high, then getting clean, and this was like in a year's period of time when I wanted to get clean, but I wasn't strong enough to stay clean.
Yeah.
So it was almost like playing a game with myself. And every time I went back, the paranoia got worse. Everything was in a negative way, like 2 times worse than what it had been before.